Hello, my name is Rob, and I'm making a board game called Magnificent Merchants. I'm designing the board game, and I'm going to be publishing it. But I do art, but I'm not a professional artist, and I'm not that good. But more importantly, none of that is that important. More importantly, I want a certain style and a certain type of art in my game that I can't achieve. It's just outside. I know what I'm capable of. So today, I'm going to be just defining my art direction for this game, kind of how I envision it, and we'll just look at some art. I'm going to use ArtStation, DeviantArt, and of course, Fiverr, even though I find there's a noticeable quality difference between sites. But at the very least, I'll favorite some artists, and some of them might even be people that I shortlist to reach out to and look at doing some art. If you've seen a previous stream or video of mine, great. If not, here's a quick intro. In Magnificent Merchants, you are medieval kind of merchants traveling, buying and selling goods in an age when there isn't a lot of trading between towns unless you're willing to travel and be that person that travels, sells door to door. And you get more points if you sell people the thing they really like, and you spend your money on fancy gear to make yourself really gaudy and gain favor among the merchants guild. It's all about appearances with those merchants. Game design is the core game is there. It's fun, well play tested for the core game. There's a few fun features that we're play testing now. Hopefully I can show those on here at some point. My plan for this whole venture with YouTube is streaming from time to time. I'd like to set up a schedule if it seems to work out or if people are interested in following my streams. Otherwise, there'll also be just devlog videos where I record shorter videos that are more summaries of things that I've accomplished when I accomplish them. I work full time, so Mindfruit Games is my board game company, and I run it on the side. And I really love it. I'm really passionate about it. But there's other things in my life, so I do whatever I can. I plan to publish this game in 2025. And if you're along for the journey, then thank you for joining me. So, I gave you a little idea about the game. Magnificent Merchants. I'm thinking I need some primary terms that describe the theming of the game that help define the art style. Then I'm going to probably do some maybe secondary terms that are, could be potentially part of it, but not necessary. And then probably some art styles. I don't start with art style, like a style, for example, realism or surrealism or anime or something. I don't choose a style right away, even though I might have kind of in my head that style. I think the theming is first and kind of leads the style. Another thing I do not do is look specifically for board game artists. That seems to be a thing now. There's people who, and all power to you if you love making art for games. That's great. I just don't rule out other artists because art is art, and if you only look for board game artists as a publisher, you might miss out on things that are important, like creating something distinct and different from all the other board games. Best example that comes to mind is Loam, which is a really cool looking board game. I don't know how it plays, but all the art is basically clay figures, like real life physical clay figures that have been sculpted and then professionally photographed, which is incredible. I love it. Again, I don't know anything about the game, but it looks cool. All right, I'm gonna gonna be going through this. Magnificent Merchants is, well, it's set in a world where it's not very technologically advanced. That's why I said medieval, because that's kind of the age. You've got, horse and carriage. You've got maybe gunpowder at this stage in tech development. So, medieval. And I don't mean medieval art styles, to be clear. That's part of the theming. You can have a cartoon art style depicting a medieval world, right? So we've got medieval. Another thing, it's more personality of the game, which I'm really going for, is quirky. I want each card, and I've written a lot of the flavor text already. Each buyer card, each commerce card is either a buyer or a good, and buyers kind of have these personalities, a little bit of flavor text about the buyer and what they're looking for, as well as the game text, which tells you exactly what they're looking for. And they're a bit quirky. They're a bit strange. It goes with my sense of humor. And so they're looking for strange things. Like there is the geologist is looking for a pet rock, which kind of makes sense because they're geologists. They like rocks. Actually, the name of the character is Nerd, but they like rocks, so they're a geologist, right? That's how you get certified in this world. I didn't even think of it. I should probably just show a couple examples, and that would be fun, right? And it'll help refresh me as I go through this. Apologies, I'm looking at my other screen. You get to see my folder structure. Okay. Cards, here we go. If you have any questions about my tools, feel free to ask. Use the Affinity Design Suite, and for note-taking I use Obsidian. Absolutely love it. Linking is the best thing ever happen in life of note-taking. Okay, let's see. Those are not filled out yet. I used to have placeholder art on these, not these days, and I'm currently redesigning the cards, so show you later. All right. This game has things like pu'er tea, which if you don't know, that's okay because it's getting more popular now, but it's used to be only a thing among tea enthusiasts who would be into pu'er tea. But it's quirky's the wrong word for this one. It is said to be beneficial for the stomach and the mind. This is more niche, I guess. I need to think of a better word for my art direction. But yeah. Let's see what else we got. Green cards are goods. Purple banner are buyers. Here, the fortune teller. If I had a crystal ball, the fortune teller doesn't already have a crystal ball. If only I had a crystal ball, I would tell you of the future, which happens to be filled with a bit of bad health, wild romance, and eventual prosperity. It's great. I mean, to each their own. I think it's quirky, and that's how I like to be. Fisher. He's looking for a fishing net, and the illustration I have in mind for him is sitting with a fishing rod. Which isn't the most efficient. Wow, thought about how weird that is. Efficient way to fish. But you can catch an ocean one fish at a time. My father used to say that. Too bad I haven't caught anything all day. But this is the kind of quirky flavor text, so that's where I'm coming from. These are not necessarily going to stay exactly like this, but that's the vibe. Anyway, So we've got theming, we've got medieval, we've got quirky, we've got fancy. Why fancy? Originally I was calling this, the code name for this game was Fancy Merchants, which isn't a very good name for a board game. I think Magnificent is better because the alliteration, that's how I do. But fancy, not in the British sense, necessarily, but in the colloquial Canadian sense. I have no idea how people use words other than how I use them. So I like to think of fancy as excessively ornate. And that's how I imagine these merchants. There's going to be different characters to each merchant, and slight difference between what the player starts with, but they're fancy, they're gaudy, they're opulent, they're over the top, right? And they like to get dressed up and wear way too much makeup, really, really shiny shoes. I don't know. They're traveling from place to place, dusty, but they're fancy. Some secondary stuff about the art direction. Well, I think just gonna get rid of that. Maybe some potential art styles instead. And not necessarily broad styles, but just stylistic choices. So I think like more of a hand-drawn look. I don't want it to be, I honestly don't want it to be too polished. That's why I actually find a lot of board game art is just very highly rendered and absolutely gorgeous. But I'm looking for something a bit more unique. So let's go that kind of unique, slightly odd style of art. You know, like caricatures. Think about, you know, caricatures like just like a cartoon style. I wonder if there's any in here in ArtStation. Caricatures. Uh, is this? Wow, these are nuts. Hang on. Is there any way I can make sure that they aren't using AI? I thought there were some filters. Software, exclude. Wow, there's a lot of tools. Jeez. Just exclude mid-journey just in case. Ollie. There. Whoa. Wow, like this over the top expression, right? I don't want this level. But I'm thinking slightly odd. Like perfect body proportions, not a priority. This is hilarious. Look at this. This is hilarious. I love this. I kind of want quirky art, right? It goes along with the theming. So hand-drawn look, I think maybe simple rendering. I'm not necessarily saying cell shaded, like just full on cartoon. But hey, here's an example of not something I would want in the game, but of simple, right? There's some difference, some gradient of light to dark, but it's not, it's subtle and it's probably not, it's not insanely rendered realism. I'm not looking for realism, right? But styles, hand-drawn look, unique, slightly odd, simple rendering, even cartoony. Cartoon-ish? Right. I don't know if cartoonish is a term I'm going to have any luck with. cartoonish. Probably just cartoon. There's different styles of cartoon, right? Obviously, you've got manga and anime and Disney style animation cartoons, and you've got kinds of, and then you've got like Adventure Time type cartoons thing. Then you've got this like, oh yeah, Disney's Bolt, right? Like kind of realism, but cartoon. I don't know. I like this. This is pixely. I'm not going for pixel. So maybe it's worth writing out something. Not going for. Not seeking realism. Highly pixelated. This is incredible for a D&D character. That's incredible. I love this. It might even be a little bit more realistically rendered. I'm looking for, but love it. It's cool. That's for D&D. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. So I really like. So far, this is my second stream. Did I do a third one? No, I think this is only my second stream ever. Unless you count, I did some live games a couple of years ago with different people on. But I like how it kind of keeps me motivated because somebody decides to watch this, which nobody is right now. But, it's real. We're on. Don't want to keep people waiting. So I'm not seeking realism or highly pixelated styles. I'm not looking for dark slash dreary. So I guess that's something I am looking for, is more colorful and bright. Right? What's a good example from this search, this cartoon search? I don't mean dark as in dark colors. This is nighttime, right? That's what I'm talking about. By dark, I mean okay, maybe this is still just like a cartoon, perfectly, but it has more of a dark tone. It's yes, dark color. I don't know. I'm having a hard time explaining this. Actually, it's in my mind. Maybe there's a better example. Look, a demon skull. That's pretty dark. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for something more bright and a little bit more, not necessarily happy, but invigorating? I don't know. Wow, this is really neat. This is probably for a game. Looks like it's for a video game or something. Excellent work. Look at all the detail throughout. If I see something I think would fit with my game, I'll just favorite it. Okay. I think I have some terms. And are these set in stone? No, of course not. But these are kind of my vision for the game. And let's start looking and see what we can. I think I'm going to put in quirky. Typing. Quirky? Fancy? But I don't know if that's going to come through. One artist. One result. If I add more terms, it's going to make it worse. Yeah. Not the kind that expands the search when you add arrows. Okay, let's look at the quirky. Do I have settings to avoid those kind of images? I don't know if I'm supposed to be. I literally just created an ArtStation account today. I already had a DeviantArt account, but thought it'd be good to be able to save stuff here. Mature content is not selected. Okay. This is just a matter of taste and opinion. Freelance illustrator, Brighton, UK. Lost my. This is really neat. This is kind of. This feels like kind of in the. So I'm gonna follow Robin. There. It's cool. It's cool. But I'm not. I guess that's another thing. I'm not really looking for an anime style. I do like. Or manga. I do like those styles, but just don't think that's the direction for them. I've looked a lot. I've actually looked at a lot of stuff already in the past for this game in particular. Yeah. Senior game artist. A lot of these people aren't going to be available, actually. I mean, I'm at this stage, I'm really just feeling out styles, not looking for an actual artist. But probably doesn't hurt because there's so many artists to search by freelance. I also don't need to show pro first. Pretty sure that just means scene first, right? Interesting. Spider grandmother. Interesting. It is more dark, but really fascinating. Ah, yeah, I saw these earlier. Again, kind of dark, but I think it's kind of neat. Oh, that's lovely. That's kind of like a impressionist painting. Cool. Quirky is in there, so my search terms are working. Quirky artist. Is the art quirky or the artist? Stubbo. Album concept. Um, again, I know that artists are capable of style. So I'm not saying it's all dark, but it is a bit more theming. Feels darker, like a dystopian world, and that doesn't suit the story of my stage. But I do really like this head, and they're very skilled. In general, I like their style. What else we got? Hmm. Oops. I don't know if you heard me bang the desk. Whoa. Now this is quirky. I'll come back to it. Just scrolling. This is very unique. Hmm. I feel like the freelance art doesn't feel as good quality to me. I think it's because I think when you're starting as an artist, you have to freelance. You don't have job experience. It's neat. And it doesn't mean you're bad. Like there's a lot of freelancers that are absolutely amazing, right? I'm not saying anything about the whole, but on average, you might, I don't know, maybe have less quality because a lot of people have to start out. They won't necessarily have reached that level where they're ready. People are going to hire them for full time. Hmm. All right, let's take a look. This is super cool. So hand drawn style, check. Medieval. I mean, there's a dragon with a sweater and a gnome riding a fancy. I don't know. I think the artist would be more than capable. Um, Slightly odd, unique, simple rendering, cartoonish, colorful, and bright. I feel like this guy makes the style. But the barbarian, love him. I love him. So can I? Oh, I realized I can follow, save. I see. I'll follow him because I can look at all of his work. Um, Interested in freelance? Okay. Then I assume I can look at people I'm following. Yeah. Nice. Don't even need a notepad. Although I probably will end up copy pasting into my notes at some point. Have a heart, Mr. Owl. This is so cute. Okay, a lot of this is helping me. This is helping me define my style. I'm okay with the cartoon style. Um, Maybe let's do, let's see, instead of quirky. Oh, skills. Could have put in some skills. Illustration. Illustration is probably good enough, right? And then I'll go odd. Some, that's dark. That's beyond dark for me. This is what I mean by highly rendered. It's too much. Beautiful, absolutely wonderful, very skilled. But it looks like, oh, 3D artist. There you go. 3D. I'm looking for more flat. Let's see, simple rendering, flat illustration, something like that. Like this person. Well, not that one. Again, I know artists are capable of multiple styles. Not saying anything other. All right, this is a lot. Odd. Maybe I should check and see what DeviantArt has to offer. Odd Critter Studios by Stan is Lost. Art toy designer. It's really interesting. Stuff like this stands out because it's so oh, so cute. Studio. Right. Let's see what DeviantArt has to offer. I don't know how. Do I just search something? Let's search medieval quirky fantasy. Just dump in all the search terms. Ah, not exactly what I'm looking for. Maybe I will drop. Okay. Staying. View all. I don't think DeviantArt has the same concept where you can pay artists, but again, I'm trying to find styles. Getting inspiration. Yeah, this is a lot of medieval. Wow. That's I don't exactly want medieval fantasy. Let's see, hand-drawn, quirky fantasy. Okay, I'm literally getting hand. That's fine. I don't judge. Anybody watches this and is wondering, why don't you use AI to find your art direction? I just don't see the point. I'm not going to be using an AI to generate the commercial product. And it's good at certain things, I guess. But there's so many artists who have posted their stuff on here. I might actually find a real artist in the process of looking for my styles. Right? Wow, this is pretty unique. Great job. Or I'm judging artwork, saying it's good. We all like to think we know things. I know things, right? um, yeah, let's try hand-drawn, quirky, maybe I should be looking for content. I'm gonna get super literal. I'm gonna look for a fancy merchant. Not bad at all. It's actually, that wasn't a bad call. Look at this. This is incredible. Look at all these ladies. They all would make great merchants. Huh. Steampunk extravaganza. Steampunk. That would be cool. Victorian steampunk style. Oh, landed in a colonial Tudor Rococo mix. I barely know what these words mean. Um, potential / lookup. I know Tudor from like the house building architecture style. Tudor, it's because it's a time period. I know the Tudor style. I don't really know what colonial means in terms of fashion. It's very cool. More by Fiona. And this is kind of along the stylistic cartoon. Aw. It's kind of like, I like the limited color palette. This. Um, Hovering over. Like the shade. It's, I prefer more hand-selected colors. Fewer, less colors. Oh, wonderful. Fiona creates. Going. Wow. Look at this. I love Fiona creates work. The detail, it's the simple, this wall has a texture to it, but there isn't any. Doesn't need anything, right? Simple color palette, really beautiful. Even the details of having like the nesting side table, I love those things. The bookworm. PayPal commission. They take commissions on PayPal. Welcome new members. Okay. It's a group on DeviantArt. I don't know how DeviantArt actually works to learn more. Amazing. Okay, well, I've followed this person. Good. Funny what I find when I just typed fancy merch. These are style that I'm looking for. One thing I'm definitely avoiding, which what doesn't have to go on, genericism. What does that even mean? You know, when you look at a shelf full of games or things, and they all look scarily the same. Yeah, what I mean by generic. It's like all the same style. Nothing about it. Nothing that novel about it, I guess. 100% originality is not going to work, but and not probably possible. The other thing is I'm primarily thinking about the box art right now. Obviously, the whole game will be a consistent, unified style, but like if I'm hiring artists, I also think about how their work they'll be able to also do background illustration or work with another artist. Malacandrex has a massive soft spot for merch. That's perfect. Okay, I'm gonna follow this person too. It's a little bit inactive. Inactive. Okay. Still good inspiration. Whoa. Super cool. Huh. This is super cool. The characters have so much. I can just imagine them having conversation. They're just so lifelike. But also, you notice how like it's kind of blurred background because you're focusing your eyes fully on these characters. Everything else out of focus. Super cool. Oh, they have a conversation. Cute. Well, everybody on my watch list will probably end up in my artist lists. Well, anyway. Okay, I followed you. Hmm. Oh, it's just looking through my picture by picture. It's kind of handy. Okay. I started streaming 39 minutes ago. I think I'm going to keep streams to 1 hour. I think that's better. I don't have to stream all my work, obviously. But like I said earlier, I think it's motivating for me. It's cute. Super cute. Art Zealot. Wow. So much talent. You get this good by putting in hundreds or thousands of hours. Probably thousands. That's inspiring. The artwork for a board game these days, I mean you can save money and do things simpler, but most of the board games that are popular, the budget for the art goes anywhere from 10,000 US dollars to 30,000, even more sometimes. 10 to 30 is a good range. I mean, assuming you're actually paying artists. That's the typical budget. I feel like I am getting different stuff on this platform. Definitely a lot of characters. Well, I guess I typed in fancy. Let's see what happens if I type fancy merchant. Art station. How about magnificent? You know what? I think I misunderstood how this works. I am ignorant in the sense that I don't understand. I think these search terms are specifically looking at the artist description, not the picture, not the art description. Because I have selected artists, not artworks. Let's look at artworks. This is quirky. Oh, media. Anything's good. Oh, hide projects created with AI. On real stuff. Hmm. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of filters here. Okay, illustration. Cartoon. There's a lot of options. Quirky. Let's look at hand drawn. Thumbs up. Okay, that search term does work. The hand drawn cartoon. I just search cartoon. What kind of stuff? This is like Disney cartoon, modern Disney, taking over everything. Holy moly. Do 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 do. Wow, I really like that. I am kind of skipping over a lot. Just don't think it works for this game. I have a purpose. This is to look for art for this game. Or for art styles for this game. Art that will go. Let's look for, going back to my terms. Fancy on fancy line. Interesting. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Merchants. Wow, that's a lot of merchants. I definitely get a different, like the exact same terms in both each platform yield very different results. My whole game could, if I could afford this level, that is incredible. Wow. Skill right. Cool. Oh, look at the color. Color. Looking at art is fun, but I seriously can't do it for very long and I get overwhelmed. Visually, sensory. Whoa, this is so cool. This sorry, I have no illustrator and shrimp keeper. I want to know more. KJ. Whoa. Follow. Wow. My friend's Star Wars fan would like this. I love their use of color. Even this, like, just 2 colors. That is. You don't need a lot of colors to communicate something. Hmm. Whoa. Okay, well, I followed this person. I like their stuff. Very inspirational. What is going on here? Dungeon vendor. Hmm. It's very, very 3D. It's interesting because I can't. It'd be nice if they had a artist art combo filter, so you could look for art, but then add terms about the artist, like they're freelance, available for freelance, that kind of thing. That'd be nice, but it's all right. I know I said no anime, but this is very cute. I'm gonna look at it. I also thought I could do anthropomorphic animals. I could do all kinds of things, but I think I'm going for regular for the most part. Maybe I'll do some fantasy races or something, but nothing too generic. Except humans. Humans are generic. Hmm. This is very nice. I like the thick lines. Very cool style. This is not necessarily like other anime styles I've seen because they have their own flair, right? It's not generic. Okay. I mean, I guess if you don't watch any anime or read any mangas, you might think it's generic. You might think it all looks the same, and some definitely does. This, to me, it's like this person has their own style. I like the contrast. Merchant Town. This to me looks like something. It's like the merchants of the desert trading among the caravan. Wow, I actually do like this. Craft educator. Watercolor sketch. Huh. Oh, they're a world builder, I think. Look at this. Else. Um I think it takes real skill to draw and it's physical. Minecraft. Cool. Hmm. This is a nice style, I think. It's simple. It's easy to relate with, right? Like, yeah. I like the character shape. Has a certain attitude. It expresses. Yeah. I kind of imagine this like the highly polished version of my game, but I don't think this is the style I'm going. Again, 2 rendered. Really nice. Oh, 3D artist and illustrator. I noticed 3D artists do bring that into a lot of their drawings. That kind of 3D nature. But some of these are more, obviously they have depth and texture and everything. Some of them are more flat, actually. Flat in a good way. Not just talking about styles. Not good and bad, people. Stop twisting my words. Hmm. It's cool. Wow. Always amazed by people's ability to use that. I think that's digital, but it's paint. All right. Any other merchants? I was gonna spend a little time on Fiverr, but I think I'm running out of time. It just doesn't have the same. Anyway, is there just a general search? This is the general search, but that's there. Can I look for a certain style? Comic and cartoon theme. Fantasy concept. T. Yeah, right. Psychedelic. Subject. Well, the front of my box is gonna be medieval urban background. People. I guess I'll go urban, but I don't think that's what I think that'll be city, modern city. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna just start opening stuff. I'm gonna open this. Rocco will do anything. Anything you want professionally. Good man. Good man, Rocco. I'm not getting the same vibes here. And I have looked at Fiverr before. I've even favorited some stuff on it. I think it's just it's set up for people to post to get work, right? Which is good. Let me check this out. Close my other tabs. Card game illustration. I guess they're thinking they'll do the whole card. Which is nice of them. But I really just need help with the illustration. Anything. What? Style is very cool. It's pretty unique. Even quirky. Wait, it's only $20 for a sketch? This is Canadian money. That's like $15 US. Oh, for a sketch, rough sketch, no line art, nor color. White or transparent. Yes, that's alright, but that's still cheap. Like, you think how much work actually goes into a sketch. Premium, full colored, fully finished and detailed version of your character. 112. That's a good price even. Again, it's a ton of work. Artists should be able to get around $50 an hour. That's only 2 hours, which I know it would take me 8 hours to make. 8 hours of work. It wouldn't be good. I'm still not exactly feeling the styles here. So I probably need to change. Maybe I'll get rid of the cartoon. And for now. Seeing a lot. Starting to go cross-eyed. Okay, I think that's enough looking at art for today. I'll probably need to spend several more hours just thinking about the art direction, but I'm really very happy with the people I followed, which watching. Very cool, especially if it's very cool. Art Station, collect. Following. Very cool. All right. I'm going to stop it right there. I would love to hear from you if you watch this video later, because I don't think anyone, but you watch this recording later, and you've made it this far, or you've skipped to the end to hear what I have to say. Thank you for watching. Tell me what you're interested in. I obviously will just keep working on this game. Whole process of publishing it, which is, there's a lot. You've got game design. You've got the art direction, which we're talking about today. You've got the logistics of making a product happen, marketing and finding an audience. All these things that I have done once before, and I'm doing it again, but I'm always learning, constantly learning. And if you're interested in anything, come along and put a comment in. Let's talk about it. All right.